religious controversy. The religious controversy really stems from the fact, what's your religion? What's your nationality? And we as a people should understand the depth of what's your nationality, what's your religion. It goes way back before Prophet Noble Ali came. When the slaveholder beat Kula Kinte and made him Toby. When he told the Negroes on the plantation, you can't say your own name, your own language. Then he divided us from our religion, became the controversy. Since that time, we've been running around the people trying to say what our religion is on our own, like we know better. But what we actually been doing is switching from one slaveholder to another. We go from Christianity, from Judaism. The Jews sold us into slavery. They came out of Egypt, and it tells you in the Bible, in Leviticus, that they're going to slave the people that came out of Egypt with them. Then if you get into Christianity say we're cursed people. From Ham, we're cursed people. Then when you get into Islam, they tell you Muhammad's the last prophet. And while they hold the Quran up in there and say Allahu Akbar, they had their foot on our neck. They held us in slavery in Arabia up to 1962. Now I had some people tell me, well, Brother Roy, you know the original Arabs, they were black, they was Moors. Now I have to tell them you a lie. The original Arabs was not Moors. It's impossible. It's so impossible that I put up the scripture. Psalms 83 verse 6. It says the Ishmaelites on the land of the Moabites. It didn't say the Moabites on the land of the Ishmaelites. So the Ishmaelites are descendants of Ishmael, who descended of Ibrahim through Hagar. So they let you know they had to be on our land. We was never on their land. Now, as occupying authorities, they've changed the history of our people. So now we believe in order to be Islamic, we gotta speak Arabic and dye beards red, wear pants all the way up to our kneecaps and, speak Arabic. What's the difference between that and Christianity? None. Because the Christian gave you a Christian named Joe Biden.
the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be discontinued. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and say the prophet grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go. Yeah. I said I will continue on. They said, well, Brother Rael, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I say, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still. The grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be discontinued. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and say the prophet grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go. Yeah. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, Brother Rael, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I say, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still. The grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this round? What is this that surrounds me? Allah's loving arms. What is this upholds me? Allah's hand.
The controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy.
What is this?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be discontinued. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and say the prophet grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go. Yeah. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, Brother Rael, we're going to make you a supreme member Supreme Grand Council. I say, all is well with that idea. But guess what? The grand body still is. The grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be discontinued. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and say the prophet's grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go here. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, brother, right here, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I said, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still, but the grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this round? What is this that surrounds me? Allah's loving arms. What is this upholds me? Allah's hand.
The controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy.
What is this round?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be discontinued. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and say the prophet's grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go here. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, brother, right here, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I say, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still is. The grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this round?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be disconnected. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that stood up and said the prophet grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go here. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, Brother Rael, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I said, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still, but the grand body still, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy, the controversy.
What is this? What is this round? What is this that surrounds me? Allah's loving arms. What is this upholds me? Allah's hand.
The controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy. We're talking about the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy, the controversy.
What is this? What is this round?
Today we're talking about the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The chief minister ain't this. The chief minister that. I didn't form nothing. Nothing. All I did was continue what was trying to be disconnected. 1995, Supreme Grand Council that is, stood up and said the prophet grand body is no more. And I said, no, Joe, that won't go. No, Joe, that won't go. That won't go here. And I said I will continue on. They said, well, Brother Rael, we're going to make you a supreme member of the Supreme Grand Council. I say, all is well with that idea. Well, guess what? The grand body still, but the grand body still is the controversy. The controversy, the controversy. The controversy.
Will excuse the interruptions as we are experiencing extreme thunderstorms in this region of Georgia. We're in Decatur, Georgia. But as always, we first rise, give the eternal praise to Allah, giving highest honors to our holy and divinely ordained prophet, Muhammad Raleigh. As we give honors to who honors are due this day, we give a special honor to the divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, to name a few, and we give high honors to our prophet, Noble Raleigh, the last prophet in these days and times. And we give honors to the Moorish Science Temple of America, as founded by the Holy Prophet, Noble Raleigh. As this is, if the truth be told, we invoke Allah in all that we do, because the best measurement is from the point of view of Islam. So if those who are of our faith, you may join. Those who are not, you may remain silent and hold fast. Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, through Allah. Amen. Islam, Islam, Islam. And welcome to another edition of If the Truth Be Told. As the name itself gives much information. If the truth be told. So wide of a spectrum of truth, because the wide spectrum of the unknown for those who are not of the knowledge, because of the wide spectrum of those who believe they know and have insufficiency of knowledge. As If the Truth Be Told is a program that our Mahdi, our Moorish Mahdi, our Sheikh of Islam here in the West, would affectionately call the Chief Minister, Sheikh Dr. Rasadi Il, had coined this phrase years back, and the show, which ran in the evening, 7 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m., but in general, it touched on the topics of the day, touched on the current events, it touched on the pulse of the Moorish nation, the good, the bad, the indifferent. After all, if the truth be told, these things have to be met. These things have to be addressed. And solutions, as the Prophet Noble Ali gave us solutions to our problems. So these were solutions that not only held fast in the day of the Prophet in the flesh, but this day as well, as his spirit lives on through us in our teaching and our living a divinely inspired Islamic way of life. So what truth are we speaking? First and foremost is the truth of the relationship of Allah and man. The truthfulness of the relationship between Allah and man. Which man? Is that a question? Is that a thought? Yes, to both. It is a question, and it is a thought that you should ponder. Allah within man. As Allah has imposed upon man a specific part of himself, as we are his creation. In essence, he placed upon our hearts the fairest impression of the truth that we seek throughout our life. Why are we here? What is our purpose? Who is our God? If the truth be told, we have the answer within us. But those who refuse to acknowledge, when we say they are in suspended animation of their own ignorance, some to no fault of their own. So as with all things, we are opening up and we're ready for our teacher, we're ready for our host, If the Truth Be Told. And all questions, please send in the chat. Those who have the number, you have the direct number. Now check that out. You have a direct number you can call, and someone will answer. It's not like others go to voicemail or others where the phone number doesn't even exist anymore. So without further ado, we're going to yield the meeting and turn it over to our host, Sheikh Dr. Rasadi Il, the Moorish Mahdi. And if the truth be told, you may learn something by accident. Islam.
Cameraman. Islam, Islam, Islam. Say Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. Arise in all perfect praises to Allah, Father of the universe, Father of seen, unseen, known, and unknown. Giving high honors to Allah, our great God, making himself manifest by Holy Prophet Juali this day, yesterday, days, yesterday. I say Islam and Bismillah. You know, I had hoped that our little devils would come. You know, I was just sitting upstairs and the brothers text me something. I was like, wow. Matter of fact, I wanted to see, let me see what year this come out. It's Cujo, Two Faces of Eric Muhammad. This was it doesn't say when this came out. 21 Black Hole Punishment, Part 2. Now, let me see, when did they say this came out? And I'm just like, wow. You know, let me let y'all see part of it. That's what I do. I'll let y'all see part of it. Let me take it off of this. Just give y'all a shout out.
Picture this. You interact with someone who appears friendly and supportive to your face. 5 of the Holy Quran, the Morris Is that the circle 7? Yes, it is. And it's chapter 45. Chapter 45, instruction, verses 5 and 6. Instructions, verses 5 and 6. See, it's a lot of people out here calling themselves Moors, and I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way, form, or fashion, but you hear everything but what actually is the codified doctrine, teaching, science. I mean, it's the Moorish science temple of America. You get a lot of Moorish, you get a lot of temple. Academic with science. But as soon as you turn away, their attitude changes, revealing a completely different persona. It's not my damn face. You done lost your face, nigga. This is garbage. I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. The ugliness of this behavior lies not only in its deceitfulness, but also in its impact on true warfare.
Now, I was thinking that possibly this started with Tahaka, because they went on Tahaka's show, ETC. But then I see Sharif is on the show, on one of these shows with them talking, or show talking. Then I see where Cujo, as crazy as Cujo is up there in Canada, he showed Eric Muhammad two-faced side. When he's in front of your face, he's smiling, he's dancing, he's scratching when he don't itch, and he's laughing when you ain't told a joke. But behind your back, he's talking loud and proud about his dumbness. You know, I bet there's a lot of Muslims from the Nation of Islam turn over in their grave for these type of characters they hold up. Now he talking to a fool because Sharif Abe ain't really a defender of the gospel. I put him out of the temple twice because he wasn't ready, because he was lying. He owed me $4,500 to this day for taking the temple money, for doing 800 calls, 900 calls. He made a lot of 900 calls. You know, it costs you $10 a minute. And this is the same guy, Sharif Abe, that's told me, he said, Brother Ryan, I don't know why you're attacking me like you're attacking. I said, I'm attacking you because you say the prophet ain't perfect. Well, I can prove he ain't perfect. Now look at all these people holding him up. They used to hold him up, because now a lot of them say he ain't trustworthy.
He clever because it took y'all some years to find out he ain't worth nothing. A lying, a thief. But why would this Eric Muhammad? I tried to talk to him. Yes, I did. I told him, come on, man, we're in the same state. We could talk. We're in the same area. We could talk. We could talk intelligent like men. See, but at the same time, he probably knew about this video that somebody put up there about him. I didn't know about it till today. Person just texted to me today, they showed me who I'm talking to. Somebody come on.
Someone from Turkey to say hello. How are you?
Who? Someone from what?
Turkey.
I tell them I say Islam have blessings. May Allah be pleased with your good from Turkey. So I was like, wow. How did we get his movement to get so stupid and dumb? So I want to say something. The thing stop is because we have thunder and lightning here in Georgia. And generally, all the lights go out. So that's what you hear behind me, thunder and lightning. But anyway, I remember, listen, when I first was introduced to the Nation of Islam, we was proud of those brothers. Upright, independent, and fearless, selling a newspaper and bean pies. And this is in Chicago. We as gangbangers gave them honor and respect. We learned what Blackstone means from them, from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know where these niggas coming from. But then they no longer followers of Minister Farrakhan. They no longer followers of Elijah Muhammad's son, Muaddin. So now they call all these other people Nation of Islam. They the real Nation of Islam. Ain't but three of them. They the real Nation of Islam. Ain't but three of them. Another brother texts me today, say, I don't mess with him because he's too negative. I said, wow, brother told me he's too negative. We didn't watch his stuff no more. When I was in California, I used to watch Dr. Bay Final Solution program. I used to watch Imam Suwaid program. I used to just watch the Nation of Islam program that came out of San Francisco. But these people, they're not attacking our literature. They're attacking the person that issued it out. They're attacking our prophet. That's who they're attacking. And the prophet said, watch your enemies, dear more. Your enemies are always the ones that talk about you, talk about me, and ridicule me to the lowest, and who go against the principles of your church. Now, so I learned this a long time. Cause you to read don't mean you understand. See, these the same Negroes that was reading the Bible before they met Minister Farrakhan or Wallace D. Muhammad, then they got some insight. So they were just reading. They didn't know what they were reading. Now you're going to pick up something that's way over your head, beyond your comprehension, because you don't know who, what, and why behind it. I do. It's a shame before Allah. That's the problem. Y'all making y'allself look stupid. Brother told me, well, it comes from the Aquarian gods. I said, well, brother, I'm going to show you what I did. I invited all three of the knuckleheads to come on my show tonight. I said, listen, you want to take the place of your leader, you're going to accept the challenge. So I just did say, all three of y'all come on. All three of y'all step up to the back. Now, so I want to show y'all something else. I ain't the only one to say Master Prophet Muhammad was the European. Now I want y'all to understand what I said. I met the man. Now, if you look at the poster, I got to send my brothers all the posters that we got from Muhammad Mosque number 15 and from Eric Muhammad and them. See, because I knew if you get them to start saying what they saying and put it in black and white, you can hold it to them. So I began to hold it to them. What they saying, what they doing. Now, the brother told me that I'm an unbeliever and stuff because I'm an unbeliever that he ain't gonna talk with me. But wait a minute, let me see what the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught. Let's go there for a moment. See. Let's go there because the son should know, right? Because he named after the man, right? He's not named after nobody but Farad Muhammad. Let me see if I can get his stuff up here. Now, every time these brothers say something, they are etymology or such and such. You ain't going by the scholars. You're going by what the son said. The one that took over the nation that they voted, listen, that the people at the top voted in to be the head of the Nation of Islam. Even Minister Farrakhan was over there with him and submitted. See? Think about that. Now all of a sudden everybody else is hypocrites and liars, etc. Well, let me see what the son had to say about this. See? Now, if y'all could run and get every European you could, every European master, every Shriner, if you can run on and get them and try to throw them up to me, I'm going to throw up to your own people. I'm going to throw up your own people. Now, check that one out. Okay. I think somebody just sent it to me. I'm looking for it, but let me see. Not that one. It's the other one I got. It deals with Imam Suwaid. If you got that tape, I got so much stuff up here. Oh, here it is.
With detail. So it's not a story that can be explained, immediately or briefly. I spent years or so, for further interest, I recommend go to mysticgoodwaterfeed.org and you'll see a menu of addressing that from zero. I'm talking about from before slavery in Africa, from the time of the prophet all the way up to what Imam Muhammad's life going forward actually represented of that era. So, it's a mashallah program, all right? So listen, one of the reasons that the Imam spent so much time in the Bay Area when he came, because of this man right here. And that's Muhammad Abdullah, who was also the resident.
Can you see it, Mom?
He's like the first quote unquote immigrant, in my understanding, immigrant resident in Columbus, and certainly for Oakland, because he succeeded one who was the minister at the point in time of the transition, which was Minister John Fakir. Imam Muhammad installed Muhammad Abdullah as the resident imam. Round figures 1976. There's a KTVU news program that has done a full thing. I suspect Imam Ramadan may have a link to that. Yeah. When they actually did this, this was shortly after the Abdul Karim Jabbar massacre. I'm just going to have to put it that way. And so they were doing a news story. Okay. What page are you on? I'm on page 22 and 23.
Like I said, I have the same book, and I'm going to show them on the other screen.
Okay, good. So this is Muhammad Abdullah and his wife on the right. On the left is Muhammad Abdullah inset on a postcard with a picture of Clara Muhammad. Now, if this was Kibar Hijab before there was Kibar Hijab in our community, Clara Muhammad, okay? The postcard is a postcard from W.D. Farrar to Clara Muhammad in the 30s or whatever period of time it was, because he left. After Elijah Muhammad got established, she was pregnant and promise was made that you'll let him help us in our mission and in our work. What I'm saying right now, definitively and on my life, this man was W.D. Farrar. This man was W.D. Farrar. What's your evidence, Fahim? I have writings from him. My son passed away during the time he was the resident man in Oakland. And when my son passed away, he wrote me a note that gave me a hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I want to elaborate on it right now. Mm-hmm. The handwriting on this postcard is the same handwriting on the note that he sent to me. And I suspect that Imam Darnell may have some writing during the time that he and Muhammad Abdullah worked for that book of writing about whatever, learning Arabic, some of the early Arabic Made Easy or something like that. It was co-written by Imam Darnell and Muhammad Abdullah.
Now I'm stopping it. Now, I met that man. And because of that man, I looked and finally found this book. See, I finally found this book. Islam and the West, the Moriscos, a culture and social history. Now, they want to send me, you got to go to etymology. Etymology is Greek. So now you want to tell me you trust what the Greeks say. But you'll turn around and tell somebody else what the Egyptians taught the Greeks. Make up your damn mind. You keep talking about the blue-eyed devil, you keep running to him for help, for your educational help, for your religious help, for your blackness. Every time I turn around, you want to call somebody a nigger. But you're the biggest nigga on the planet. Why you keep running to white people to try to attack me? Well, this is what George Washington said. Black, more means black. Well, who said the white man? Wait a minute. You run to the European. I remember I had this brother try to argue with me in California. He tried to argue with me that more means black. I said, who said that? We know such and such. I said, he was a white man. He was what you call a European, blonde hair, blue. Why do you move and keep running to the blonde hair, blue-eyed, green-eyed, red hair, brown hair, brown eyes, pale-skinned person to come and try to challenge me and prove your point? Then you do worse. You go behind the people, they go behind them. Dr. Clark and all them. You go up there, they were Shriners and stuff. Where they get their stuff from? Out the cave. Wait a minute. Then you want to call Minister Farrakhan and Wallace Dean them hypocrites. You want to talk to me? Well, you don't believe in master. No, I don't. He ain't God. He wasn't even a prophet. But I respect to Elijah and what he said. Elijah first called him prophet. So I got the newspaper up here. I got a copy of the newspaper. Just like I copied old Moore's guide up here. My name is not Tahaka Trump Jr. My name is not Sharif Abe. My name is not Todd. I ain't with none of that. And y'all know it. That's why y'all rather go on their talk show than my talk show. I went on the Son of Man show or the New Nation of Islam. He said, all y'all were cowards. Y'all were scared to face up to him. But behind our back, woo, y'all some bad mothers. Watch your mouth. I'm just talking about Temple number 12 of the Nation of Islam, Temple 15 of the Nation of Islam. I'm just talking about them. I would have never came here if y'all didn't try and defame my prophet. Never. Never. The last Muslim that tried to attack me was out of San Francisco, and we had a meeting. And so this was a brother mad at me too, because I asked the brothers at the meeting the same thing I asked him. I said, y'all love y'all bean pies and bean soup. I said, now, if I put a spoon of doodle in there, cooked it up where you can't see it or smell it, would you eat it? The Muslim brother in California said, hell no, brother, because it got doodle. We know it got doodle in it. I said, but you got a God with a little devil in it. What about that? You keep telling me, be a proud Asiatic. When I come on first met the nation, they tell me, black man, Asiatic black man, cream of the earth man, the original man. But y'all not following one. Your God is not an Asiatic black man, the cream of the earth. He might be cream, but he's not the cream of the earth. And I love y'all. That's the point. That's the sad part. I started off my travel about Allah through members of the Nation of Islam. We was all on the north side, about 15, 20 of us. We had a little clique. And Red, the twins, and another brother, they joined the Nation. That's how I got my first Message to the Black Man book. That's how I started getting, and I was interested until I seen the picture. Then I heard that God got arrested by the devil. How did God get arrested by the devil? He made everything, but he go to jail by the devil. Yaqub was down because Yaqub made it where God could get arrested by the devil. If God couldn't box in the prison, he was going to be a little girl. Ain't none of these brothers going to Saudi Arabia. They keep talking about the Arabs and the Holy Quran. Man, they ain't going over there where that book is and tell nobody about Master Muhammad is God. Elijah didn't. Malcolm X didn't. That's why Malcolm X come back with his mind changed. I remember hearing stuff. You know, when you go over there, don't say this, don't say that. This is back in the late 60s and early 70s. I used to hear the brothers going to make the Hajj, yeah, brother. And they would tell me in the mosque, yes, brother, you can't say this or that. But my brother, no, brother, you go to make the Hajj. You know, you can't say this or that. Why? Because they would kill you, cut you up, and eat you. So why mess with my prophet? Somebody say something?
Checking in.
Huh?
Just checking in.
I don't want none of my members to disrespect the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Not even his teacher. It doesn't matter whether or not Elijah Muhammad was in the More Scientific America at one time. What matters how he died. It matters how you left here. And he was teaching Islam. Out of prison, and the Nation of Islam members, and members from the More Scientific America, and members from Water D Group was in there. And I told the Moors to see this. If you put the members of the Nation of Islam and the members from Water D Group together, you have a Moor. You have a Moorish American Muslim. Well, you should be flying the American flag. Well, stop spending that damn money. Don't tell me because I fly an American flag next to my stuff as it is internationally. There's laws that govern all events. But you spend their money, I bet you ain't got no pictures of fraud on your money and try to take it to a store. Not even your damn pennies. Leave me alone with that dumb stuff. You know, when I came up, the Muslims were some of the smartest people I ever met. Till I met Jeepers. And Jeepers wasn't no Muslim, but he was the smartest old man I met at that time. I have a copy of a tax collection in the More Scientific America. And it has in there Robert Poole Bay, John Poole Bay, and I think Clara Poole Bay. I think it's about 3 names, and all of them are Poole Bays. Brother gonna tell me, well, they all in the same right. What only the secretary wrote it, brother? Don't know secretary for every member. Y'all come up with the dumbest excuses. But why do I love my people? Because I love my people. I know in the end, you have to sit down. When that European devil get on you, when that Asiatic devil get on you, when that Mexican devil get on you, we have to get together. But this is how we got conquered in Spain, because the devil come in, divide us, and then we fight over dumb stuff. I told the brother to come on the show, and we'll talk with him. We'll talk about the religion from a religious, intellectual point of view. No, but I see y'all hypocrites. And y'all can't even deny what a hypocrite is. You know, this is the thing. You're going to try to justify being a hypocrite yourself by saying you right. Out of your lip, you say, you pat yourself on the back. Yeah. Well, it's going on 9:30. We're going to close out. The catch is this here. As a Muslim, a Moorish American Muslim, I know my lessons. I know my lessons well. And for y'all that go in the hard, y'all get a passport from these Europeans, name on it. But I can't have a flag. You can't go make the Hajj without your real name on their paperwork. Ooh. Anyway, stop it. I hope you enjoyed tonight's mission. I hope that it woke some of y'all up. And for you wolves, let me let you know, you can huff and puff, but you can't blow my house down. You can run out the mouth all over there in that corner, in that empty room, and I'm happy. Oh, my room empty. That's because I tell the truth and don't lie. Because I don't have no dummies around me talking dumb stuff. And your members start talking about they're going to take your place and challenge me. I'll accept your challenge. You must have some bad members over there. They can take your place. I would watch that. The guy that think he can speak for you, I would watch him. Because generally that's what happens. The number 2 man becomes the first man. You better watch your cards, who dealing you your cards. So anyway, it's going even better now. So somebody say something?
Yes.
What?
Universal Knowledge Republic 4000.
Wait a minute, Universal Knowledge Republic. He getting big, ain't he?
4000.
Yeah, at 4,000. Okay, what do you say?
Powerful session tonight. Thank you.
I thank you.
I've been reflecting on how the movement has a PR struggle and how important it is for us to get back to the core of the prophet's lessons rather than drifting.
There you go. There you go. First of all, you gotta get people qualified to talk about the prophet's teaching. See, and this is the thing I have to say this here. Now, they go on to Haka show. They go on the show with Sharif because they judge married by noise. That's what the prophet said. Most men judge married by the noise that men make. These are noise makers. You don't vet them. I was just telling the engine chief this week. I said, why y'all listening to people say they're more? Do you try to find out where they come from, who they with? Vet them. Don't let nobody say, you know, wood nickels unless you got a fire to start. That's my saying. Leave it alone. All right, Mo, Cody closes at 9:30. I know you scared. I know you scared. I got you. I got you. Like,
Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah.
Allah, bind our hearts and minds back to our ancient forefathers, divine creed and principle. We ask this in our holy name and of the seven Elohim. Amen.
Amen. Islam. If the truth be told,